What's going on? This is Levity. How's it going? What's up? Hope you're having a good night, good day, or what have you. Spend a little bit of time talking about a couple of topics that have been in the news. John Gray, Pastor John Gray. You've probably seen the previous video on John Gray. We're going to talk about it a little bit more, but we're also going to talk about this whole Monique and D.L. Hughley debacle, which seems to be all the rage right now. D.L. Hughley versus Monique. Monique seems to always be into it with somebody, but we're going to talk about it. All right. And before we do, we're going to give you guys a chance to press like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll be right back. And we're going to chat a taste. All right. What up? We back. When you come in, say hey, say what's up, press like. Let me know where you're watching from, and we're about to chat a taste, all right? Slam Levity. And we're going to talk a little bit about Monique and D.L. Hughley. So Monique tends to be into it with folks quite often. This time she's into it with D.L. Hughley. I'm not sure if you guys seen the video. We're going to look at it in just a second, though. But it seems to be an issue of who is the headliner on a show that was done in Detroit. We got a few people in here. When you come in and say, hey, say what's up, so I know you're here, so I can address you properly. And we're going to talk about it. I want to hear y'all's opinion, too, on this. So she went slap off on DL. Not only did she go off on DL, she mentioned his wife as well. And she's upset because she felt like she was supposed to be headlining this particular show. I watched Ricky Smiley talk a little bit about it, and he kind of cleared it up a little bit for me. He said that a lot of times on these documents, it shows you as a headliner. What's going on, bro? My brother's watching. What's going on? Right. A whole lot of back and forth. If you want to come on, let me know, too. Matter of fact, I want to put the link in the thing just in case anyone wants to pop on. You are free to do so. Won't be on very long. So Ricky basically said that a lot of times in the writing in these documents, it says headliner because she is a headliner. DL's a headliner. A lot of people are headliners, so they're put on there. It says headliner, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're headlining or you're going to be the last person performing. I'm a little biased. I don't particularly like Monique. And it's not just because she was a horrible person, played too good of a role in Precious. That ain't the only reason I don't like her. I don't like her just because I don't like all this shit that's been going on with her and Tyler and Oprah and Lee. I think she went a little far with some of the way she handled the situation. So let's look at what Monique had to say though about DL. I'm gonna play the clip. It's about 2 or 3 minute clip. Actually about 5 minutes. So y'all bear with me as we watch this clip.
Won't go out if she does that. Nigga, you open for the kings of comedy. I close for the queens of comedy, nigga. And you think that I don't have a dick, that ain't my position, nigga.
What's going on, everybody? This is Levity. I just saw something you would not believe. Monique, y'all know Monique, the comedian Monique. You know, she's been in a battle for years, it feels like, years and years with Oprah and Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels. But I think recently her and Lee Daniels made up. And she's back, I guess, since 50 Cent chose to put her into one of his projects. But she just did a stand-up show in Detroit, and she has called out, said some very heinous, ugly things about Oprah, Tyler, which is normal. She didn't say anything about Lee since they patched things up, but she did call out Steve Harvey, calling him a coon, and DL calling him a coon, alleging that he may be on the DL and so much more. Brought his family into it. Very ugly. So let's take a look at it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Also, remember to hit the subscribe button, the thumbs up. And this is Slim Levity. Peace out.
baby. In my whole motherfucking career, can't nobody tell you I ever started no shit with them. That ain't what the fuck I do. My heart would hurt if I tried to bully a motherfucker or start some shit with a motherfucker. But what niggas had to understand about me, I ain't for that Hollywood bullshit. If you cross the motherfucking line, Oprah, if you cross the motherfucking line, Tyler, I'm gonna see you cool motherfuckers. Come on the cool train, nigga. Choo-choo! That niggas told me, Monique, let go and let God. Let go and let God. They have taught niggas to be so motherfucking fearful and just give it to God. Let go and let God. That's why I kept hearing this shit over and over and over again. So I said, well, let me let the shit go and let me give it to God. And you know what God did? He gave it right the fuck back. He said, bitch, I gave you everything you need to deal with these motherfucking coons. Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley. I gave you everything you need to deal with these motherfucking coons. I don't fuck with nobody. See, tonight, I'm gonna tell y'all what the fuck is going on, because y'all know one thing about me, bitch, I'm gonna tell. The headliner. Let me say it again, the headliner. That's what the motherfucking contract says. Monique is to be the last motherfucking person on the goddamn stage. She is the headliner. That's what I signed the fuck up for. I'm 30 plus years in this motherfucking business, and I don't open for no goddamn body. The contract said the headliner. The contract said the headliner. The contract said the headliner. But a nigga named D.L. Hughley turned into a bitch and said, I won't perform if she does that. I won't go out if she does that. Nigga, you open for the kings of comedy. I close for the queens of comedy, nigga. And you think because I don't have a dick, that ain't my position, nigga. So when I leave this motherfucker, the headliner has left. I don't fuck with nobody, sure. I don't fuck with no motherfucking body. But when you cross the line with me, nigga, you have crossed the motherfucking line. And that bitch, nigga, has crossed the motherfucking line. See, we got a history, nigga. We got a history. That nigga went on a tour talking about all Monique wasn't. You can Google it right now. D.L. Hughley on Monique, all I wasn't, what I wasn't worth, all of this bullshit. And nigga, you put your feet under my motherfucking table. So you came to my home, nigga, and you put your feet under my motherfucking table. I don't get down like that, goddammit. You got a bitch wrong. You talk about Young Thug, and because of their names, nigga, your name is DL. What the fuck does it stand for? Hey, how far you bending over, nigga, on the DL? You fuck with the wrong one? That's my family, nigga. I'm home, nigga. They can't fathom it. It makes them motherfucking sick. Because at what time did black men start attacking black women? What kind of real nigga is that? That's a bitch nigga. That's a bitch nigga. What kind of real nigga would ever attack a goddamn black woman? A bitch nigga. I feel sorry for D.L. Hughley's family. I feel sorry for his motherfucking wife. Because how do you suck the dick of a coward?
Okay, that's all I'll play. She went a bit far, in my opinion. What y'all think? Y'all think she went too far? Or was it par for the course? Did she go too far with her shenanigans? Did she overreact? Should she have been the headliner? These are the questions I want to know. Because she showed some receipts, but also DL came with some receipts showing that he was actually the headliner. Let's see what I got him. Let me look. Let's see. So this is what he had when the first thing that he responded with. He says, all you have to do is check the order of names on the ticket stub from last night, and you'll see who's confused. Against my better judgment over the objections of my team and 4 other occasions where I said no, I decided to take a chance to work with Monique. Oprah was the problem. Tyler was the problem. Charlamagne was the problem. Steve was the problem. Lee was indeed the problem. Netflix was the issue, was the problem. Now it's my turn. At some point, it can't be everybody else. It's you. Lesson learned. I didn't have anything personal against Monique. People paid a lot of money to laugh, not hear about your contract. Apparently, the role you played in Precious turned out to be an autobiography. Autobiography. I wonder who's next. All right. So he provided. That's the first thing he said. All right. Let's see who we got. Why is it that it's wrong when a woman stand up? Well, it's not. Well, it doesn't have anything to do with that she's a woman, in my opinion. I think it has to do with anybody. If it was Ricky Smiley that was saying something or had an issue with D.L. Hughley and who was going to be the headliner, I don't think it has really anything to do with. I think sometimes some women hide behind that. Let me put my glasses back on because I would get mad. I don't think it can be. It can't be an exemption. I mean, we love black women. I love black women. I love black women. My mama's black. My daughter's black. My cousin's black. And they're beautiful black women. But I don't think it's an exemption to be wrong because you are a black woman. It has nothing to do. I think her attitude is the big issue. There's a sense of entitlement because she has this Oscar that I can't get with too well. So it don't really. If it was Amy Schumer or anybody, a white woman, I would feel the exact same way. But I understand where you're coming from on that because black women have gotten short end of the stick in a lot of areas. But I don't think every situation is that. All right. So let's look at the next receipt he provided. He provided this. This shows the schedule, if you please. The schedule. Now, looking at this schedule, it looks like D.L. Hughley was the first person to do his sound check. He got first dibs on that. And it also shows that D.L. Hughley is indeed the final act of the night. I mean, it's in black and white or orange. It's right here. So don't understand what is there to be contested. Okay, and that's not all. It's not all he provided. He also provided this. I know y'all can't see it that well. Hopefully this is a little better. But if you see right there, it says lineup, D.L. Hughley, closing at the top. Look at the top. By the mic. Hold on. Right chill. A little bit higher. Right. I can't get it. Right up there. Up there. Y'all see that? Am I looking at it wrong? It says D.L. Hughley is the closer. And I'm not even a D.L. Hughley fan. I'll be honest with you. He's not the funniest to me. He did open for the Kings of Comedy, which is one of the things she said, how a nigga that opened for the Kings of Comedy gonna close for the woman that closed for the Queens of Comedy. I mean, I guess that's a fair assessment. I mean, I don't know I can't say the Queens of Comedy was as successful as the Kings of Comedy. While I love me some Adele Givens and all them, Miss Laura, I don't know if it was as successful. So I really don't know if that's exactly the same. So all in all, I think there's a miscommunication going on here. But I really disagree with the way that Monique handles these situations. I think that it's not a good look for us. She talks about love all the time. Love. I love you, babe. I love my babies. I love you. I love y'all. But then when she is upset about something, this is the way she displays. And it's quite embarrassing, I think. It's contradictory as well. So I think that DL is handling it right. I think Monique is handling it wrong. I think she got some wrong information based on the receipts I'm looking at here. And I hope they squash this, but for her to also bring Tyler and Oprah back into it and bring who else did she bring? Oprah, Tyler, and Steve Harvey into it. And Steve didn't do anything to it. Steve just disagreed. Steve literally just disagreed with her on his show about the way she handled the situation with Tyler, Oprah, and Ali. He didn't talk bad about her. So her to bring him up into it. And back, Arteris, Miss Jones, you said, why is it that it's wrong when a woman stand up for themselves? They're wrong. Just respond to that. Why is it that women have to go towards a man's sexuality by the whole thing she said at the end about DL, what DL stands for? Why does that have to be the thing that you attack? Why the low blow? No pun intended. Why the low blow? It's just a disagreement. So It seems as though to me that black comedy is under attack by the enemy. By the enemy. They were busy. Black comedians are under attack, and they're attacking one another, and I don't understand why. And hopefully it gets better. You know, it's Dave Chappelle, it's Chris Rock, now DL and Monique. What's next? Who's next? I guess we shall see. All right, moving on. Next story, last story. Real quick. We ain't gonna be long. Been on 15 minutes already. Another couple of minutes and we'll be out of here. I talked a little bit already about the John Gray situation, but I'm curious as to what other people think. I'm curious. We talked about Larry Reed and how he got caught up. Not Larry Reed. Larry Reed talked about it. John Gray, how he got caught up, messed up. Talking to I call her an escort. Sounds like an escort to me. Seems like an escort to me. I mean, you get money sent to you to let somebody finger off on the video camera for you while looking at your nakedness. Sounds like an escort to me. I think she didn't call herself an escort. She said she was an adult entertainer. To me, she's an escort. And to be FaceTiming a woman and playing with your Peter, what they say allegedly is a micro penis, on camera, and paying her for this service is not the right thing to do when you're a pastor. Now, listen, if this is something that you want to do, and you are a single man, and you want to get your rocks off by paying somebody to watch you play with yourself on camera, that's your own right to do that. You were free. This is a free country, free world. But if you are married and you are a pastor, it's just the wrong thing to do. John Gray, or as I call him, legs, only because of these legs, little bit itty bitty legs that he got. So we're gonna see this right here really soon, I'm sure, because he's supposed to be being interviewed. He and his wife having to by Larry Reed at some event they having in Atlanta. I think it's in Atlanta, and I bet you money though he backs out of it, because right now, the way that his business has been pouring out, I think he'd be too embarrassed to do that. And I wonder if he said anything about this at his Sunday morning service yesterday. Anybody in here go to his church? Anybody go to his church? Anybody watch the telecast, the broadcast? Did he say anything about him playing with him at all? I'm curious. Anyway, that's it. That's all I want to talk about tonight. I ain't want to go into grave detail and hold y'all too long, but I'm just curious what other people's opinion was of John Gray, the pastor. What would you do if your pastor, it came out that your pastor was doing this, that your pastor was giving money, tithe money, offerings, using it to pay an escort to watch him play with himself on camera? Would you stay at the church or would you leave? Would you address it? Would you continue giving into that ministry? There's a whole lot of folk that would. There's a whole lot of people that love their pastor so much, no matter what they do, no matter how nasty they are, no matter how many women they get pregnant in the church, no matter how many women they running, no matter how much they get caught cheating, they are dedicated to their pastor, and they listen to every word, no matter what. And that's what seems to be what's going to happen with John Gray. It happens with Jamal Bryant, Hornbook, a whole lot of different pastors out there that are still preaching, that have scandal. I think he should step down. I think John should step down. What do y'all think? Y'all think John should step down? By show of hands, who thinks John Gray, Pastor John Gray, should step down? Or should he continue preaching? Or should he just step down temporarily, let somebody lay hands on him, sprinkle a little water on him, pray for him, and be cleansed, and then go back to preaching? What do you think? What should he do? What should be the course of action for Mr. John Gray, who has a special friend in Florida who he gives big money to, who he told he was going to leave his wife and they're separated, who has a condition, micropenis, who allegedly goes by the name of Charles Hall when he's online. So y'all want to be careful. If y'all run across a Charles Hall, then it's Pastor John That's the show, everybody. I'm Levity. Just want to come on and talk for a little bit, get y'all's opinions, and I will be back maybe tomorrow and talk about something else, whatever else is going on in the tabloids. All right, so final words. Monique, get your shit together. You getting back into the game of comedy. You've been sat down for a minute, blackballs, as you say. Play nice. Because that 50 Cent role ain't gonna last forever. So play nice with the rest. And John Gray, get some help. That's all. I'm Levity. Peace out.